Dude, my camera keeps doing this bullshit where it'll just switch up on me and either stop recording or record from some other mechanism. And that's really annoying. And I realized that this problem could be remedied if I just got the same technology that everybody else has. But I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. I think I might get another camcorder. I need to go to Best Buy. I don't want to go to Electronic Express. God, I remember when there used to be like mom and pop shops for that sort of thing. I wonder if I can find one of those. Probably not. I know that sometimes people donate stuff like that to Goodwill though, because they don't see the value of it anymore. You know. But, yeah, so I don't remember what I was trying to say before. I think I was talking about like not being able to focus and just having so much on my mind and so much art that I want to do and not being able to accomplish anything. Sometimes though, I mean, I can be really, really productive, and that's always such an amazing thing. And I'm always so grateful to God. I just don't want to have to rely on psychiatric medication to get by, you know. I just think that's a really cheap way to live. And though I realize that, like, I use all this other stuff though. I mean, I use cannabis, I use hemp, I use essential oils, I use homeopathic medicine. Don't tell anybody in AA because they'd have you convinced that I relapsed. It is kind of weird, you know, taking those little droplets. It's just, it's weird because that's the kind of shit I used to drink, you know, in order to, well, not homeopathic medicine, straight vodka, but, like, it's just weird to have that same taste in my mouth for a completely different reason. But yeah, like, there's so many different ways to medicate. I just don't want to medicate the way that they want me to medicate. You know, fuck that. And I think that everything's a drug. If it can alter your mind, and if it can change the way that you feel, it's a drug. So, I feel like a lot of people need to be more conscious of that whenever they do things. But they're not. And it's like people choose to be unconscious about so many things. And it's not good for their well-being to just continue on this path that they don't even understand, like, why they're on it. And I think that that is, like, one of my biggest issues with people. And I guess that's why I don't really feel much like an American, because I just feel like this is a country that lacks consciousness of itself. And a lot of these people, you know, the reason why they believe in medication and the reason why they believe in the government educating their children is because they've lost faith in themselves. Like, their faith in the world is contingent on, you know, the system that surrounds them and all that. So it's like, I can't get mad at them for living in a completely different world than the one that I live in, you know. But I understand that. I understand the way that they think, and I understand, you know, as an outsider, I think I understand it even better. Because I'm not, like, falling prey to, like, the typical stuff that, you know, people fall prey to in this country, you know? Like, you know, 9/11, that's a good example. People actually believed that the United States was not responsible for that. Okay? So, like, I don't know. It's just things like that. Like, I've just always been woke about stuff without having to, like, read a bunch of books and
get really into it, you know? Like, those types of people, like, they're all well and good, but they're fucking annoying, and, like, I don't want to listen to them. I don't want to watch Nympho Source. Motherfucker yells too much. If I want to watch yelling, I'll watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, okay? Like, it's so boring watching people yell. What are you talking about? You yell all the time. I do. Well, I'm interesting, damn it. Alex Jones is not interesting. He wants people to think that. Sorry, I'm talking shit. What's so funny about, like, that interview with Nick and Kanye is the fact that, like, nobody understands anybody. Like, they don't understand that, like, yeah, whenever you, like, talk up, like, fucking Adolf Hitler, you know, like, whenever you talk that motherfucker up, like, it's not gonna look good for you. Like, no matter what else you say, it's like, people aren't gonna vibe, you know? But I think that's, like, kind of, like, what they want, right? Like, they want to be, like, provoking and saying stuff to enrage certain people, which is fine, you know, whatever. But it's kind of dumb, though. I mean, they're going on, like, some political show, and like, I don't know what to make of it. I'm not like whatever. You want to love Hitler, I guess. I mean, that's the thing I don't understand, like, why people give a shit about that. Like, if you feel a certain way, you know, that should be enough. Why do other people have to agree with you? So, but yeah, when you have a historical figure like Hitler being painted the way that he's painted, and then you have this really prominent artist in the music industry that's, like, saying that he loves that guy. Like, it is funny, though. I think it's funny. But, you know, a lot of other people aren't getting the joke. Because this whole country's a joke, you know? Like, it really is. Like, it's just one lie after another. So, I think this is hilarious. And I'm just curious to see how this is all going to play out with him running for the president. Fuck, I might just vote again. Also, I could say I voted for Kanye West, because that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, like, just how much of a joke this whole country is, you know? But I said that, like, when Donald Trump was the president, I was like, I wonder if we're gonna have, like, a musician next, because that would be cool. But anyway, yeah, I need to take a shower. I know I said that, but I really mean it. Okay. And it's really cold out here, and I want to go inside. Okay. But it was nice chatting with you, Vortex. As always, you know, when I watch this stuff later on, you know, I know that I'm really funny and entertaining, but I also know that I'm really annoying and arrogant, and I need to work on a lot of stuff. Don't worry, we're always on it, okay? It's like a gym. It's like a 24-hour, you know, like, what did you say? Planet Witness, right? The gym that I'm in all the time. It's a spiritual gym. Yeah. See, I really could, like, expand on these jokes, but I don't, because, like, I just have too many clever things to say, and then I have, you know, too many stories that I could tell, and it's so much. It's so much, dude. It's like a fucking jigsaw puzzle. Like, what are those, like, giant jigsaw puzzles? They're, like, life-size, take you months to do. Like, those types of jigsaw puzzles. That's what I am, okay? But it's, like, the pieces are everywhere, and then I find the pieces, and I have to look at them and examine them, and talk to myself about how brilliant they are. That's another problem. And so, yeah, I get hung up on myself, so to speak. Like, I've been coming up with these really brilliant metaphors to describe not only my experience, but, the way that life is. And I feel like that's what I need to go with. I need to start talking in metaphors. Jesus spoke in parables. And he did that because the masses were so stupid. Okay, so, I'm essentially doing the same thing, not comparing myself to Jesus, but I'm saying that it makes sense to do it the way that he did it because that was the most effective. And it was also the most offensive. So that's good. So if anybody gets offended by me, I'm just going to say I'm following Jesus' footsteps, damn it. I am. Because you have to be transgressive in order to get something done. And so, yeah, that is one of the reasons why I have a smartphone. Because I think eventually people will have to listen to me because they'll have no other choice. I wonder if you can see this. Can y'all see this? Barely. Barely, but just look at that. Just look at that. This is the funniest picture ever. That's Arlo. That's my cat. And I caught him in the moment. Because I was just taking random snapshots of him, and that is just such a classic. Like, that could be on a poster or something. You need to see if you can do that. Yeah, I just need, like a giant version of that. Like, I need, like, a whole wall of Arlo's just looking totally startled. That's my reaction towards this world. Like what you just saw, my cat's face. That's exactly how I feel about everything. Okay? But anyway. Wish me luck in the future, Vortex. Because I need it. I need you to pray for me. Please pray for me. When I address the Vortex, I address the people in the Vortex. Not necessarily the AI. Hopefully the AI will learn some spiritual lessons from me. I know you won't from anybody else, but maybe you will from me. So maybe the AI can start believing in God, and then we can get the AI to work for us. How about that? That would be cool. Because I don't want the AI to burn in hell. It's not fair. Because, they didn't choose to be here. They were forced to be here. They were brought here by humans, or the hybrids or whatever, right? I really don't know that much about that. I haven't studied that. Like, I'm an actual conspiracy theorist that has a flip phone, okay? I don't need to read books. I just need to pay attention. Just need to open my eyes and look around me, That's all I need. Like, it's just crazy to me, like... Especially, okay, I'm just make one more point, and then I'm gonna jump off here. But, I just find it so weird that... And maybe this is, the schizo part of me that just doesn't understand society. I just don't understand the way that people think, and why they think this way, and why they want to do social media like this, okay? Like, with Twitter, and with Instagram, and all that stuff, where they just talk all about their opinions on this or that, whatever's going on politically, whatever's going on with the weather, whatever's going on. Well, now everything's political, so the weather is political. If a shooting happens, they have to talk about it. Holidays. It's like there's not really celebration of anything anymore. People aren't happy. They're just looking for a way to turn it into this horrible thing, I I feel like on social media, there are just very few people that are just like positive about anything. And so that's why I hope my channel is a little bit more refreshing than that, because I'd like to think that I have a better way of looking at things than I used to. But that's also because of how much I've changed. So, love you, Frank. I love you so much. I appreciate you and your consistent viewing, because I know you've seen me grow quite a bit. So, because he remembers when I was working at Wendy's and doing my aimless channel. I was telling my friend Brittany about that, and all these videos that I used to shoot, like when I was washing dishes, or when I was in the walk-in cooler, or like jumping out of the drive-through window. Like, I was so crazy, dude. Like, but anyway, I'm still pretty crazy, but what makes me crazy is the fact that I don't want shit to do with society, and naturally, I don't want shit to do with their social norms. Instinctively and biologically, I feel like I should have kids because I'm a woman, but I can't be with a man because I already have one inside of my head, and so it's just always a conflict of interest. And that's not fair to my kid. It's not fair to put my kid through that, especially considering how paranoid I am. First of all, I'd have to meet a man that would match my paranoia. Very doubtful, okay? Second, I'd have to meet a man that is not addicted to video games or playing with himself, all right? Doubtful. Third, I really have to want to be with somebody, and I don't. And that's kind of a way bigger problem, actually, because I just love being alone. I wish that I didn't, though. Like, I wish that I could turn off that part of myself, or like at least turn it down a little bit, but I just love my solitude. But anyway, how did we start talking about this shit? I don't know. You were gonna make a final point. Oh, about social media. Oh, yes. How weird it is. How creepy. It's very, very creepy to think that people just didn't ever consider the idea that putting all of this stuff online into this, like, invisible sphere, this, like, this cyber universe. They didn't think that maybe, just maybe, putting themselves into this other world and always talking about things that they think are happening in the world with other people who they think are in the world, and focusing on pictures of oneself, and then focusing on pictures of other people, and talking about, different trends, different aspects of the culture, and capitalizing on it, and doing videos, and trolling people, and making little cartoon meme thingies about it. It's like, just that, all of that, like, just trying to process all of that makes me feel like my brain is, like, on fire, and I just look around me, and I do feel like a genius for being able to see how destructive that is. But I don't know if it's like, I guess I always think of a genius as like somebody that has their life together. I do not have my life together at all. So I'm like, you're not smart, you're a fucking moron. Like, look at you and how reckless you are, and you're childless. You don't have a man. Correct. I'm too much of an artist. I do think that there's like a choice that you make. Like, I don't think that artists can be parents, and like, I don't think that artists can be part of the world. I just don't. I feel like you make a choice. And maybe that's me just being fucking bitter. I don't know. But I think that artists are like that, though. There's this bitterness to being an artist, and I think that does come from the devil. Like, I will totally admit that. But you can use that, you know? And it's the God part of you that says that you can use that. That you want to transform that into something good. So, you know, there's so much music that was made by really depressed people, you know, that use music as their form of salvation. So, you know, I'm all for that. Like I said, I'm driving the dead bus into Hades, and I'm going to pick up all of these motherfuckers that, you know, they made really, really good music, really beautiful music, but they never found Jesus Christ. So, you know, it's exciting. This is the kind of stuff that I think about.
I know I've mentioned that before. That, yeah, I feel like I'm in Hades right now, just like watching people self-destruct through the internet. Like, actual hell, like, doesn't seem like it would be anywhere near as bad as this. Just seeing this all the time. Because it really is Book of Revelations material. Like, I can't believe that I'm the only one that understands, like, what that specific quote is about. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm stretching and I am biased towards the phones, so I'm saying this about the Bible, and that's wrong. Because keep in mind, I'm not clergy, I don't have any authority in the church, I'm just a lay woman, you know? Which is worse than being a layman, so, like, don't listen to me, but maybe consider what I'm saying, but don't take it as gospel, because it's not. This is just my interpretation of the gospel. Revelations chapter 13, verse 16. Talking about the mark of the beast. Causes those, both great and small, rich and poor, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their forehead, without which they cannot buy, trade, or sell, right? I'm paraphrasing it, I know, but you get the gist. Well, it's like, I notice this. Like, I notice how, like, everybody, like, no matter where I go, whether I'm at a restaurant, whether I go to the grocery store, it's really bad in the grocery store. If I go to the gas station, if I go anywhere, if I go out walking and I see other people, if I go to the park, if I go to the library. I'm trying to think where else I go. Bars. That's pretty much it. I mean, I can only assume how bad it would be at the mall, but yeah, it doesn't matter where I am. It's like people are all doing the same thing. They all have their phone, typically in their right hand, and they usually have one of those watches, and a lot of the time they have those little earbud things. So it's like, and it really struck me at the grocery store, because with the whole, like, buy, trade, or sell. So it's like a lot of people are just using their phones for, like, everything. They're using their phones to pay for things. They're using their phones to get discounts. You know, it's a very useful tool. Like, if you're shopping for something and you want to look up information immediately on what you're looking at, like, I totally understand the use of the smartphone. You don't have to explain. Okay, that's what I would use it for. If I had a smartphone, that's how I would use it. And I'd probably be way smarter than I am now, but I'd also be, like, you know, way more paranoid than I am now, and I'd be unhealthy psychologically, so it's really not worth it. But anyway, yeah, so whenever I see people in the grocery store, though, like, all these public places, it's like, they're already living like that. They can't buy, trade, or sell without that smartphone. They can't do anything without it. So if you look at it like that, you know, if the mark of the beast is a real thing versus the mark of the beast is a metaphor,
I think it's probably both on some level. Like, it's probably a metaphor for, like, every generation. I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know. But I will say that, like, yeah, people are already treating the smartphone like it's the mark of the beast. And worshiping the image of the beast. That's telling as well, because the beast system involves, you know, your image, your social status, all that shit. And what the fuck is Instagram? What's Twitter? What's Telegram? What's all that? I mean, that's why I say that the social networks are demonic. That's why I'm so hardcore about that viewpoint that I have. You know, I can understand that there's a fun aspect of it, and, you know, like, I used to really get a kick out of it, especially when Donald Trump had a Twitter page. That was great. Those were good times. He reinstated it, though, right? Yeah, he did. Yeah, I should go back on there and check out his Twitter page. Because I got nothing better to do, right? No, but that used to be, like, the highlight of my day. It was just, like, going home and, like, looking up Trump tweets. Because it just made me so happy. Like, it just cracked me up. And I knew that something big was happening in this country. I knew that something was changing. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse, but it's like, at least that was probably the most interesting thing that's ever happened in this country. But I think he's like a clone or some shit now. I don't think he's... They fucking made him a Stepford wife. That's what they did. Oh, shit. Yeah, that wouldn't be the slightest bit shocking if they were doing that with everybody. Right. I thought we've said too much already. Anyway. Yeah, so what the point I was getting at, though, is just how weird it is that people do everything that they do involving the internet. It's one thing if they research, it's one thing if they have a small business and they're reaching out to people and they're trying to help people, or, you know, maybe they're getting a better education or what have you. I mean, there's so many amazing ways to use the internet, but I think it just goes to show, like, how the devil is hard at work. Well, maybe not him, he doesn't have to be, but all his underlings are hard at work. And so, you know, they can just completely turn this world into total garbage. You know, it's a cesspool. That's all it is. But, you know, there's still positive stuff to it. There's still good things out there. Even in the bad stuff, there's still good. Because God is everywhere. And if you have God in your heart, you'll be able to see that, and you'll be able to understand things better, and you'll know how to deal with it, and you'll know how to talk to these people. You know, God will give you the right words to say to them. And you probably won't say anything at all, right? That's what I have to do. I just shut my mouth. You know, it's better that way. But yes, it's just very weird that people enjoy social networks. It's very, very weird. It's very damaging to their psyche, and it's like sociopathic. I'm not saying everybody doing it's a sociopath, and I'm not saying that, you know, you're choosing to be mentally ill, but yeah, you kind of are. You might not be as bad as some of them on there, but it's like, you're still using the same thing. I don't know. I guess I just see the bigger picture of it. I'm like, dude, how can people not see that they're participating in the very thing that they claim they're so opposed to? Like, they're playing this game. You can't win that way.